Hey, what's going on, guys? James here, and welcome back to another video on MotoGP 15 gameplay on the PS4, guys, for part number 18, guys, for the practice session for the Italian Grand Prix at the Mugello circuit at the Tuscan Hills in Italy. That we're going to head towards right now, guys. Yeah, we're back for another video, guys. Yeah, we're back for more of this, for another play video on of this MotoGP 2015 career mode, guys, of our season for our motorbike career here in MotoGP so far. So last time you've seen the last video guide that we did the French Grand Prix race where we started the race on pole, but coming into the warm up and then into the race. So it was breaking with where the track was damped by wet puddles and wet patches of rain. So it was supposed to on like a storm like this, and barely was overcast throughout the race. It was cloudy, and the whole track was soaked by the rain. I mean, it was dampened. Means we started the race in the light wind conditions with wet tyres on, and throughout the whole race, then we started on pole position. We got qualified get our first pole position of our career by 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 grabbing pole position that qualified on pole position for the race on the front run of the grid for the race, and throughout the race, yeah, on the front for the race itself, yeah, we did. So yeah, that we just done, guys. Yeah, for the main annual race. So yeah, and by come to race day, we started on pole, and then but by the start, we just lost the leader to Tony Kent, the number 52 Honda bike rider, along with Fabio Quartararo and Miguel Oliveira. But managed to get caught a fight with Fabio Quartararo, the Frenchman, and Miguel Oliveira, the Portuguese KTM rider. And by the end, I managed to beat them both. And in the end, I got my first podium of my career of the season in this MotoGP 2050 career here in France here at France at the Le Mans circuit. That I got my first podium of the season of MotoGP in the Moto3 World Championship that I got, guys. Yeah, in this World Championship season of and the Riders Bike Championship and all that in the MotoGP Championship season. I'm competing right now in this MotoGP annual calendar. So yeah, we're looking good so far for this. Yeah. So yeah, if you saw that race, then guys, then please, there, guys, you go check it out right now, guys. If you haven't seen this just yet, and please give it I like a big fat thumbs up if you have like it or not, and please leave a comment down below what you think of that, and please subscribe to my channel. Leave a link in the description below, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one, like the one. See all the main ways you've seen throughout the whole the last few months or days or the last few weeks you have seen or the last few years or so then. But we're going to continue on now for the Italian Grand Prix, which is in the Tuscan Hills or the Mugello, so we're going to head towards right now, guys. But before we go then, guys, I wanted to quite a quick notice for this, guys. My battle with Miguel Olivier Fabio Quartararo throughout that wet race in France at the Le Mans circuit in France for the French Grand Prix was considered a startable drive that me. Getting past Miguel Olivier did the old switch wheel like Formula One does on his KTM bike, and he made a good try to get the use switch wheel move to overtake me around the outside to the switch to the inside on the switch wheel, and he's trying to get past me, but unfortunately that didn't work at all. And unfortunately, we touched wheels on our bikes, but we managed to didn't fell off our bikes. But luckily we didn't crash or anything like that. Though we haven't successfully not. We did not though. We had then throughout that race in France at the Le Mans circuit, and in the end, Fabio got that's the last podium spot from Miguel Olivier. We faced the day Peter to get our first ever podium in the Moto3 Championship season and our first podium in our MotoGP career in the MotoGP 2015 game play season that we have achieved then. So good job for that though indeed for us. So we see that finally was to hit the word that he won the French Grand Prix in MotoGP, won the Moto2 Championship, won the Moto2 race. It was Lowe's. Didn't Lowe's won that race then? No, Sam Lowe got it. Katia Wellback actually finished that race in second place there. So Sam Lowe's, another British rider who's completely now leading the championship right now in the Moto2 Championship. Won that Moto2 French Grand Prix where he won then. So yeah, well done for him. So yeah, good to see everybody do there, and we'll see how the riders trying to chase a lot that indeed. But let me just quickly remind you about which of the riders are currently in MotoGP right now from this year. Let's have a quick look at this. Starting with MotoGP. So the ones in MotoGP right now are Marc Marquez, Andrea Dovizioso, at least both ex-Spargo drive riders, Elite Espargaro now driving for Aprilia, and Paul Espargaro, who's driving for West Beyond Honda alongside Marc Marquez, is clear of a vaccination having today indeed. So yeah, and oh yeah, and also Steve Brader have to Steve Brader, the German number 6, had to we have to cover Marc Marquez and Paul Espargaro's bikes throughout throughout the whole race weekend, throughout the whole race then, and had to be the reserve West Field rider to replace them during the whole outing race at any of the 23 for any races throughout the 2022 so far. This year indeed. So yeah, Marquez had a big crash and a lot of had to go a lot of surgery, a lot of body information and painful injuries, and he had the medical operations he had done in hospital. And Boris Bodgro has also had the arm injury, and his arm fractured and twisted and fractured or twisted, just twisted a lot. Wrist, twisted the side there. Twisted there for a minute there, or drug like that completely. That means, unfortunately, though, they have not. I mean, they might be out for the rest of the season, or maybe they might come back to see it after some break coming up soon, where we're going to see where the British Grand Prix will be in MotoGP will be in the Superstore circuit will be coming up sooner or later though for MotoGP 2022 when we back sooner, in about 1.5 weeks time. Then we'll be back acting again, back to race once again. We're on the bikes where we'll take to the track at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix after the cancellation of the British Grand Prix in Finland. So we see a lot of these riders, and also Michael Vignani is also in MotoGP driving put alongside his teammate Elise Espargaro, that I would like to call him. So yeah, his teammate for this year. His teammate, he's not got a number 25 anymore than he had in Yamaha. He used to have when he won in the teammates in the season of 2021 in Qatar, and throughout the world in 2017, 2018, we replaced Jorge Lorenzo at Yamaha alongside Valtteri Rossi throughout 2017, 2019 before he moved to Aprilia. His number 25 is not anymore. He's not anymore though. He's now number 12. He is now. He's using the number 12 number. He's now using then. He's using indeed. And number 46, number Valtteri has been retired from MotoGP now to this year, to this day now. Now, because that number is not going to cannot be replaced, not be used, means that number that Valtteri used in his MotoGP title career from 1936 to 2021 when he retired in his last season with Petronas Yamaha. Petronas Racing he used to race with, so that is, has been retired, and he won 9 world championships. He has won in MotoGP in his entire career, and won his last world title back in 2009 in the MotoGP season, where he won the title very squarely then from Casey Stoner in the Ducati and Jorge Lorenzo, his Yamaha teammate, until 2016. That is clear, must be indeed. So yeah, let's take a look at many more. Let's take a look at the many more Let's take a look at the other riders that are in MotoGP this year in 2022 so far. This year indeed. In which team they're in the riders and the bikes they are driving. They're not driven now though in this championship. This whole championship now. This season's championship though indeed. Well, just take a look at the just take a look. Just having a look at the Formula 2 standings then, there, guys. And we can see that Alex Wins is a MotoGP rider, yeah. Hans Sarko, he's also a MotoGP rider from number 5 from France, driving for Ducati, the purple car now. Franco Morbidelli, he's also in MotoGP, he is nowadays. Alex Marquez, yeah. Marquez's brother has also stepped up into MotoGP, and also Takane Nakagami as well. Who else is stepped up to MotoGP? Not Formula One though. Sorry, one category sport. This is a bike sport, a motorbike sport, not a motorsport racing annual festival Formula. That be so yeah. So that's what I'm not looking for. That is indeed. So yeah, Lewis Rossi. He's not. That is Rossi's brother from all the way from all the way from France, but Valtteri is Italian because Luis Rossi is actually French. He is indeed. And finally, let's look at this season's this category standings that I'm in right now. This category seasons I'm in right now in this MotoGP category MotoGP season series that I'm in right now. The MotoGP Championship means the ones that are in MotoGP one now are 2021 MotoGP champion Fabio Quartararo driving for Yamaha Racing. He's number 20. He's now definitely he is now then on his best friend, his matey Fabio Alexis Spargro. Mick Levy is also in MotoGP. He is then. Both of the Binders are in MotoGP as well. Brad Binder and Darren Binder, both of the brothers from South Africa that stepped up to join to MotoGP to race along with the great which is bikes. The great world class bikes in the world they're driving though. They are. Enia Bastianini, he's also in MotoGP driving for the Ducati light blue bike. He's driving with the number 23. He's had the number 23 from 2015 season in Moto3. He used to had then. So yeah, he had those. So that's his number now. He is then indeed. And also we've got another one who is in MotoGP. It's Francesco Bagnaia, who's now driving for Ducati. The Italian has won his own Grand Prix this season, and he's now hoping to try looking for a title contender. He might be a title contender going into the second half, going towards the second, looking towards going into the second half of the season of this 2022 MotoGP season all the way to the final race in Valencia then on the 6th on November the 6th. So yeah, we've got a lot more. There is, or have we seen any more in MotoGP or in MotoGP right now? Well, Jorge Marti is one then, and so is Remy Garner. He's also stepped up to MotoGP as well, not Formula One, the Australian, and that's all, and that is all. Then that is indeed. So yeah, so that's all of them indeed. So yeah, that were in MotoGP this year, and all of them are in MotoGP from this year now. So yeah, all in MotoGP from this year then. So, yeah, in this year's championship then in MotoGP 2022 World Championship. That is. So yeah, but it's Fabio Quartararo who's leading the way with Alexis Spargo in second place then in the 2022 MotoGP China heading towards Silverstone the next race after the Dutch Grand Prix at the TT Assen circuit then. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to it then indeed. But we're not going to be looking at the Moto3 or Moto2 championship standings. Wider standing we're going to look at, guys. Unfortunately, we're not going to look on this on our laptop on the computer on the race on the championship standings on the wider standings so far in the standings menu. I don't think in the standings page. I think then. So yeah, that's what it's called. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking at the MotoGP standings, not the Valentino Rossi drivers' wider standings. That's it. Clearly, not the MotoGP season World Championship season. Not that clear what that is. Then indeed owned by BT Sport. That's it. So yeah. But we're going to be looking at the widest champion, not the Constructors' Challenge, because that's been led by Yamaha Racing, headed to Honda, Westby Honda, Ducati, Suzuki, for Yamaha, Aprilia, and ART. But we're not looking at the widest standard. So here, I'm just having a look at this guy, and then we head towards the Italian Grand Prix weekend at the Mugello circuit in the Tuscany hills of Italy. Then that we're going to be heading toward, that we're heading towards then for the next race. That we're heading off to, yeah. That we're that's right, yeah. That we're heading off to then for the next race of this Moto3 World Championship that we're in. Well, the category that we're in right now. Sorry, I lost my own words then, guys. So yeah, about which category we're in. So we're heading towards the Tuscan hills of Italy for the Italian Grand Prix at the Mugello, so that we're heading off to then, guys. After we have a quick look at this widest standings in the MotoGP Championship season, in the MotoGP World Championship season. That is that we're looking at, guys, right now. So here it is. So here's the standings right now, guys. Here it is. So here it is. It is right now. Then so yeah. So you can see at the top there is Valentino Rossi, the Doctor. The Doctor number 46 is leading the way for Yamaha, just 1 point from his teammate Jorge Lorenzo in second place, number 99. Mark Marquez in third by his teammate Daniel Pedrosa, with Andrea Andrea Di Vizioso and Andrea Ion in P6. Then we got Cal Quattro in 7th, Alexis Spargo 8th, Maverick Vinales 9th, Paulo Spargo, Alexis' brother, in 10th. Then we got Bradley Smith in 11th, Scott Weedy in 12th, Daniele Petrucci is in 13th, Hernandez is in 14th. Jack Miller, he's also in MotoGP as well. The number 33, now driving for Caddy, not for Honda. No, driving alongside Patrick Vellani, his teammate for this season. Jack Miller is driving under the Australian number 33, driving for the red Ducati blood. He's driving at the red Scarlet Ducati bike. He's driving. He's at right now. Driving with the team now. He's joined then to this season in MotoGP. But a good word with she's a few podium he has so far in this season. But we can get some more by the end of the MotoGP 2020 season. By the end of the season, hopefully, however, then indeed. So yeah. Behind it is Hector Barber in 16th. The man with the interesting head size he has though. Number 8. Then we got Luis Baz, Stefan Brado, Nicky Hayden, who's also already passed away. He's already passed away, guys. Number 69. The number 69 USA 2006 MotoGP champion rider. And then we got Eugene Lavateri in number 50 from Great Britain 20th. Then we got Avia Batista, Michael Di Megillo, Mario Melandri. I don't know say about that name though. I don't know about that name though. And then we got Carl Abraham and Alex DeAngelis in last play with only just I think there's only just 8 riders have still yet to get off the Mario. Actually 9. 9 riders in the MotoGP Championships rider standings have still yet to get off the man that have no point whatsoever after France. So there's already been 5 races down, but it's already early on in the season done. We're already been 5 races down so far this season, guys. But we're heading towards the next race that we're heading off to. That we're heading towards the next. That we're heading off to next, guys. That we're heading towards, guys. It's the Italian Grand Prix at the Mugello circuit in Italy, in the Tuscan hills. That we're heading off to then. So let's head off to Italy for the Italian Grand Prix for this weekend's MotoGP Championship. Well, for this MotoGP Grand Prix race weekend in Italy for the Italian Grand Prix. So let's head up there, and we've got tests also at that circuit as well to get we got time to test details and data pad we've got there in there. We might do that after the race we might do that after the race though, guys. Yeah, we might do that after the Italian Grand Prix, not the French Grand Prix. We're already doing that. We already completed that one already. Indeed, after the Italian Grand Prix race, we'll do that test. We'll do that test by the end, guys. That we will be doing, guys. So yeah. So we're looking forward to this, and guys. So yeah. So going into this weekend, it's going to be very hard for this Moto3 Championship then. So yeah. So we'll do this test session, this first test of the season that we're going to be doing then in our career that we're going to be doing after the race. We'll do that after the race then, and we'll do a post race and see how with the post test session situation that simulator we'll be doing, and see how we skipped it, and we might skip the whole test, or even want me to do the test if you want. So yeah, let me leave a comment down below, guys, if you want me to do this, or if you let me leave a comment below on what you want me to do then, guys. That you want me to do. If you want to see me do the test session, the first test of the season of my career around the Mugello circuit, or do a simulation and see how I do after that in the post race test then session that I do. Well, leave a comment down below and I will do it. And if you agree if you decide if you want me to do it, then I'll do it though. Okay. Thank you very much. If you want me to do that, then please present your time that you want me to do this, or probably not you want me to do that. Apparently so yeah. So that's all I had to say. So that's all I have to say then though. So yeah, about this test. That if you want me to do it, and then after the pro test session, see, and we'll have a quick look and see if we passed it or not. Clear of our test results after the race, and see how we do clear well for that one on this test. We're going to do after the race, after the Italian Grand Prix then, guys. So yeah. But guys, without further ado, guys, let's head off to practice for the Italian Grand Prix to begin round 6 of this weekend's Moto3 World Championship season. And we head off to Italy for the Italian Grand Prix at the Mugello in the Tuscan Hills for round 6 of the MotoGP Moto3 World Championship season in the Grand Premio d'Italia TIM. Well, it's not quite a bit like Hungary then in the capital city of Hungary, Budapest. It's still like the same thing then. But this is Florence, another city in Italy. So hopefully we'll have this, see how this race goes along, but indeed. The home to voted crowds of the greatest landmark Ferrari. So yeah. The greatest to see the brightest red cars on the planet. Ferrari. To see the cars on the biggest carnival circuit in the world. Ferrari around this. So good then. They had them won during the 1000 GP. They hosted the 2020 Tuscan Grand Prix in Formula One.
Beautiful setting of the Tuscan Hills, where the 6th round of the championship will be starting any minute now. Free practice is about to begin, and remember, only the fastest 10 riders here will move directly on to the second qualifying session, where pole position is up for grabs.
Sweet.
It's going to be good weather for this session, and the heat is raising the temperature of the asphalt considerably, and this will please the riders. They won't have to spend too much time getting heat into their tyres.
And this also as well then, and this also then, by the way, guys, just remind you guys, it's the test session as well then. There's also a test session after the race then that I've got to do. There's a test session there is then around this, for this weekend around this circuit, Mugello. The Tuscan here that used to host Formula One, and this was the march of the supposed Ferrari crowd's favourite drive, favourite team, favourite cars out there of the sport. Then Ferrari was made in Italy by Enzo Ferrari. That was created founded back in the 1920s, and he's made his own cars ever since and during Formula back in the early 1950s. Then, and this only hosts Formula One once though, back in 2020 for the Tuscan Grand Prix, where like that huge crowd on the start base during the safety car restart after the start line crash between involving the cars between that first lap incident where Max Verstappen in the Red Bull and AlphaTauri's Pierre Gasly that also went off. That also had the crash there, and also Roman Grosjean. But he managed to get it. He managed to go into the wall there, but he didn't. But none of his cars, he can't with Verstappen, but he managed to keep going and made it back to the pits. So this point from taking if any judges, of course. If he had to retire, we only had 11 faces. We was the last face of this race, though. We've got to retire for that race, with 2 Hasses out of the race immediately for that 2020 Tuscan Grand Prix in Italy. So yeah, this is only Formula One Wednesday, guys. So yeah, completely not good where this is going to be indeed. This is where that corner where Lawrence Strong went off in his racing points, the Canadian. Number 18 Canadian driver, yeah. Managed to cause the second red flag of the day here at the Mugello circuit. That he was okay now. Well, the team's he's now driving for Aston Martin now that he was branded for that team Aston Martin by 2021 alongside Sebastian, his teammate for this from last year and from this year though in 2022 now indeed. He's now driving up, but they're not doing well so far since they finished 7th last season, though. A good epic season for them, indeed. But unfortunately, the local Alfa Romeo and Haas on fire back with new drivers and new teams, new drivers on the spot in the drivers lineup format, and many more for that in the 2022 F1 season. This is going to be a very good part. But we're going to start the weekend then for the practice for the Italian Grand Prix in the Tuscan Hills of Mugello, the Mugello circuit in Italy. For the Italian Grand Prix, let's see how we do really better around the circuit then. The only host Formula 1 in 2020. But let's see how we do really well here in Mugello today. And to remind you guys, the table results and any data pad we collected from that first test we're going to do, guys, after the race for this weekend's Italian, for this one here in Italy, guys, for the Italian Grand Prix. Well, it's going to be a very clearly blast. It's going to be here in Mugello. If we can pass the test on that, we have a lap time. We're going to try a lap time there to try and beat there in the main test. We're going to try to do it in the test session. See if we get a good, to see if we get a pass a good pass or fail on that test we're going to try and do after this weekend's Grand Prix has completed though. Had completed, relatively complete gone though, as it was indeed. That would be exactly then that we're going to try to do. When this race weekend session ends, when our MotoGP in our MotoGP season career, in our Thai career. Well, we'll come back to that sooner or later then, guys. But here we are then, guys, sitting in our chair, waiting for practice for the Italian Grand Prix, and looks like the development has put a lot better after the French Grand Prix at the Le Mans circuit last time out. That we faced on the podium, our first podium of the season last time out in France for the French Grand Prix, and we're going to upgrade our engine onto get closer to the level 3 progress then. Maybe we'll almost complete our Stanley bike then. So this is completed, suspension completed, brake nearly completed, only just got 2 packets left, means only got 4 spare parts left in the minute, and there's 4 available, 4 data parts available for it. I mean, we might be able to complete this bike just before this Catalan Grand Prix at the Circuit de Catalunya for the Catalan Grand Prix in Barcelona coming up after Spain. But we're gonna find out then, guys. We might get some data. We'll get some. We might bring some data if we might plan to go to a new team or not. So a new rider team to go with the new team for our as a rider for ourselves. So yeah, we'll hope we'll do the best we can do that again, guys. So yeah. But anyway, we're gonna put our agreement helmet on for this weekend. So let's get this on and let's head out on track then for let's head out on track side out from the pits then, out of our pit garage and out into the pit lane speed, then onto the pit lane straight, and let's head out on track for here in Italy. Okay, we're safely on the track right now, guys. Looking around this circuit that hosted Formula 1's for the 2020 Tuscan Grand Prix. While that big crash we had on the restart when Barton controlled the restart of the race, on the point that entered tears for some of the behind there, involving Nicholas Latifi's Williams, Antonio Giovinazzi's Alfa Romeo, Kevin Magnussen's Haas, and Carlos Sainz's McLaren that were involved for that crash, guys, at the Italian Grand in that Tuscan at that weekend in that race Tuscan's Grand Prix. That was indeed huge made from crash. That was indeed, and that was Margaret Fia's 1,000 Grand Prix where was the driver from that year, Charles Leclerc's had a bright dot were delivered to their car, to their Ferrari, and they managed to secure some points from that race. Then here at the Magellan circuit track they had in the 2020 Tuscan Grand Prix, with Leclerc 8th and Vettel in P10 after Kimi has received a 5-second time penalty for, I don't know, maybe causing collision or maybe to gain an advantage or causing collision, or maybe I already said that, or cut it the decay or track limits. That might be indeed that he might have received that for that race in Tuscany in Italy. Then they just had he had in that race then. But we're now coming out to cross the line now to end our outlap and prepare ourselves for our first lap around this circuit then here in Italy for the Italian Grand Prix here in Mugello in the Tuscan hills of Tuscany, Tuscan. I might like to call it, guys. Yeah, Tuscany. That's cool then. There's the Bristol logo there, guys. That is based company, the Thai company that was based from Japan. That was the country that created the tires and made the tires in Japan. Well, for MotoGP now, not using Bristol tire rubber. They're not using anymore. They're using Michelin tires that I'm using since 2016. Or maybe 2017. Back then. They're not using now to this year. Then now they're using now indeed. So yeah. So we've gone a bit orange down our first sector then around this circuit in Mugello. So we go up the hill now. It's a bit of a blockade. It's a bit like Donington Park. It's a bit like this. It's kind of like that, like the Mugello. So it's a bit like Donington Park circuit. It looks like to be, with a bit like a sort of circuit. A bit like with a bit of a chicane there, with lots of corners and chicanes and fast speed and right and 90-degree turns they have though inside the corner they have indeed. So yeah. So we've got 180 degrees right-hander hairpin. We're coming up to us now, and we can see we look like we're losing a bit of games of time. We're losing a bit of guys throughout this practice. There's only predecessors. There's only just one predecessor for this MotoGP throughout the whole session, throughout this whole race weekend for the MotoGP World Championship season. Then that is Professor Lacey. Yeah. So the poll is a 2 minute. Well, this is only just our first. This is just a look at. Well, this is only just a warm up lap, guys. This is only just a out lap use. This is only just a warm up lap to just prior to use. This is only just to be a slow lap, guy, because that's I'm just warming up the bike a little bit to try and gain some ground to prepare myself for a better lap time, very good practice lap time. I need to post on the board on the leaderboard, on the standings, on the practice results, on the session results so far in this session so far. So you've gone quicker so far after this price session is up then. After the 40 minutes of this price session is up then. So yeah. So we go through into the left right chicanes, the slippery S's there. A little bit like the Sumaki S's, like to call it here in the second, like the Sun S's in Brazil and Sumaki S's in Japan, and the Maggis and Beckett's slippery Slake S's that have it at Silverstone at the Silverstone. They have at the Silverstone circuit. They have though, indeed. So we're nice of these corners, these tracks, some sort of circuits of those tracks that have slippery S's around at their own. They have done on their own that they have done in recent time. Then, so I lost my own words there. That they have though at that track. So very nicely that in easily. Oh my goodness, I just hit a bump there. Maybe might hit a bump there. Gone too far. Maybe a bit of a jump there. Scared there from myself there. I think I lost a bit of ground. I gone a bit too wide there, going into the white to the 180-degree right-hander corner. There's the longest left turn this is then. Around the 5 corner. Are we going to put it at 1 minute 59 or 1 minute or 2 minutes? Well, here we go to end our second lap. Then we just do our first lap, which is going to be a not invalidated lap. That would be for me. And then unfortunately, we didn't improve a lot there. We did improve slightly a bit, but we're only going to go P19 by the way, guys. So with just 10 minutes going on, and just half an hour left to spare. Then let's do another lap around this around this Mugello circuit in Italy. So many good of these circuits. Good thing that's oh, sorry again, guys. Well, good thing that some of the circuits with these slippery S's, Mugello, Silverstone, and also Japan and Brazil. Most of those most commonly circuits that have slippery S's they have at that circuit at that place at that circuit track at that track. They used to have that place they used to have that they have then at that track they have. So yeah. Okay, so, well then guys, so we did improve our bet. We improved our lap time a bit throughout the second sector. We're riding the curves a bit there, going through that next right-hander corner. There's a double right-hander after the left-hander after the second sector of this circuit. There's 4 sectors in total. There was in 3 classes in the MotoGP bike series. Let's see how this motorbike championship might provide a lot of good extra park racing and there's some good laps then around the circuit. Then we've got some flashbacks and the time signal then. I'll split times there and we'll only just 2 seconds. We've got lots of bit of time there for sector 3 there, guys. We're not finding any pace. We're not finding after in sector 3. We go towards the far corner of the circuit of the track as we head towards the far part of the far corner on the far corner of the far turn of the circuit of the track, and we're pushing in towards the line on this straight away, and it's a 1 minute. It's a 2 minute 5.17. We're all the way down. We're slightly all the way down. We're slightly all the way down in P90 there, guys. We're slightly all the way down in P90. We're in, guys. So we're not finding any time. We're not finding then throughout this track, throughout this circuit. Then we're not finding a good use for it then, guys. I'm not finding it indeed then though. So yeah. But we did put a bit on the next. Let's see how this will be our last one, and then we'll head back to pits and see how our timing pool are looking so far then, and see who's gone quickest so far throughout this session, throughout this predecessor of the Italian Grand Prix. We'll close it back to one of the Japanese Ono that he's actually joined the same color, the same team as the same Honda bike he's having, like as Danny Kent has, the British driver, number 52. I think that might be his teammate. Danny Kent's teammate, that might be. Oh no. The Japanese rider driving for that team in the Honda car. Meanwhile, driving the Mahindra bike I'm driving. There's four bikes in this Moto3 category season. There is Honda bikes, KTM, Mahindra from India, and Husqvarna. But I don't know what that might be meant as a company bike, or maybe a vacuum company services. I might be indeed from Malaysia. I might be kind of saying to say that though, indeed, guys. Personally, that is. And look at that! Look at that! How goes slightly down that early down that move. So on to overtaking runs that late overtaking spot though goes Cressio there he goes. He did. So yeah. Hence was like, guys, and we crossed the line. It's a 2 minute 4.545 for us, guys. We moved us into P50. Only P50, so we're not finding ground. We're slightly down in P15 so far this season, guys. Throughout this practice here in Mugello in Italy, throughout this Italian Grand Prix practice session, we're not finding any factual time. We're not finding any time at all throughout this circuit at all, then, guys. But I thought a good move there from Cressio there from that then, so yeah. Clearly for that, so yeah. So, with all of that eventually technically cleared then, so yeah. So, good to see how this lap goes about then, so yeah. So, good to see these four bikes into these four category bike there is in this series, in that season's category in MotoGP. Has really gone to really the best since back in the days in the trade 10s and in the early 2000s as well, and in the late 2000s as well, indeed. Then, but we're gonna head towards it. We're gonna point to pits, guys. This will be our in lap. We're slowing down because this is our in lap drive. This is out on track, guys. I mean, we're gonna head back to the pits right now, guys. We're gonna head back to our garage, and we're gonna head back into the pits and onto pit road, and we're going to see how we do and see how off we are from the first position lap times, quickest lap times, fastest lap times so far in this session. So I'm going to be wide again. He's still going too wide there for the Canes. God, gee, grief, man, come on. But anyway, guys, I'm going to head back to pits right now, guys, and I'll see you there. But anyway, guys, our first few laps out once on the circuit. It's not going to road then, guys. But we're going to head back to pits right now, guys, and see how our progress are doing so far throughout this practice session here in Italy, in Mugello, for the Italian Grand Prix. Sorry, this is hard to recording this, guys. I'm sorry for this, guys. So yeah, sorry about this, guys. So hoping we'll get this sorted, by the way, then when we get this. So I'm gonna edit that video out then, and hopefully cut some sort of footage out, and hopefully some of the between scenes then. Hope you'll cut it out then as well, indeed, guys. So yeah. But anyway, we're gonna have a look at the practice session format and see who's gone the practice session results and see who's on top so far. Who's posted the quicker lap so far? It's Danny Kent. 400 is out in front. We had the Mikel Olivier and Fabio Quartararo in P3. We're down in P50. We're not any time there as can't believe it though. We're 1.774 off from the quickest from Danny Kent's quickest fastest lap time so far of this session so far. There's only just 20 minutes left to spare then, guys. I mean, we'll probably try and post some quick laps then, guys. We'll probably try to do get then, and then we'll probably head out then, and hopefully, could we try and find some more pace and try and get move out so quite higher, which quite higher the percentages where we need to be, then further back, then slow further down the pack, then below our current objective that we are in indeed. So we'll try and sort out then, guys. But we'll try our best then, guys. So yeah, by the way, well, all the footage and information is doing well so far, going. But yeah, we don't want to be below. We don't want to be that where we don't need to be where we are. Yeah, I don't want to be in that place then. I don't want to be in the third back in the midfield back of the pack then. I don't want to be in this group then. In this mid pack battle group. We don't want to be there, guys. We don't want to be for my team. My team is counting on me. We want to be up at the top there. We want to be probably up to the pack there. So I get in slot in any of the positions we want to try and we might slot in then. And how we try and close into 1 second there. We want to be in this pack then in P15. We're not playing them. We're in the mid pack. We mean we're in a tight situation there, guys. Means we're in a mid pack situation. We're nearly in a tight close section we are in, guys. So that we completely we're on there, guys. In this predecessor for the Italian Grand Prix. So this is not good at the majority for me then, guys. But we'll head out again then, guys, and then we'll come back and see how well we did to improve our fastest lap. See if we could improve our lap times a lot bit then, guys, and see if we could do a better. We could try and do, guys, for around the Mugello circuit. If we try to do out there on the track and see we could try and improve our lap time improve and see we can try and improve it a lot and try and improve it betterly. A good, nice, good pace lap, and see if we can try and move up from any of the several. Try and move ourselves from the pack. In the session. To make up through the field and to try to move ourselves anywhere near the top. To move up the field and try and move up the pack and see we can where we finish up by the end of the practice session today, guys. So we're going to do some more laps there, guys. So we'll probably do our best. We'll try and do it, guys. By the way, we're gonna head out on track again, guys, and see we can try and move up the pack. We can try and move up the field. Try to move ourselves up the field and hopefully try and get ourselves in a comfortable position by the end of the session. Okay, here we go then, guys. Let's see. We can try our best to try move up the pace. Let's see. We try our best to try and move up the pack a little bit to move up the pack a little bit throughout this session in practice. So we're out again to begin our to get to. Probably this will be a great lap. This will be for me. So yeah. So to prepare ourselves to try to do our best, try to do really better for this. We're currently now 16. We're now 16 quickest. We're actually 16 faster. We are now. We are then, guys. But we're on a lap already. We are on now, guys. Guys. So let's see if we can try our best. So through the first set, we just clear the 300 tenths up from the leader. Slow down. I mean, not up, down from the leader. Then down here we come through. Then into turn. I think I lost all the how many cores are there? I think there might be 16 total. That might be around the circuit in Tuscany. Here we at the Mugello circuit. We're up through the tenths. We're actually 100 tenths down from Kent's quickest lap time of the session so far. Then clearing, then, guys. It was really just a bit of a warm up then to put a bit of feel lap time, like a bit of slowest lap times in, and some of the quickest lap, fastest lap times to post it next up. And hopefully try to go on a flying lap, to do a flying lap so you can try going fast to improve our bike data and our lap time format data. We could try and use to gain some advantage to use the racing line to gain some valuable advantage time there. With 4 milliseconds up for there. We cut to the can. We see the penalty for that. On one off the track due to track limits and like I didn't see the track limits, so we just got a penalty for cutting the chicane there. So yeah, that's not clearly not. That is indeed. So yeah, for track limits is not clearly we not want to have the guys. We're heading towards the line now. Across the line there, we should have penalty as well. We're going second place. Wow, second, but only just 1400 of a second there. We're only just 400th of a second down off from Danny Tent's fastest, quickest lap time so far of the session. We're going P2 there, guys. We're going second quickest there, guys. When we started into P2, we're into. So we're second quickest there, guys, in this process there. We move up the ground there, we move up the field, and we move up into P2 throughout this session in this practice for the Italian Grand Prix at the Mugello circuit. So, as we go through this again, this will be the last lap that I think we might do then, guys. We'll call this down, head into the pits, and finish off for this process for the day. We only got about 10 minutes remaining then of this practice to go then for this Italian Grand Prix, practice session. So, there's 10 minutes remaining left of this session, then, guys, of this Italian Grand Prix, guys, for this part 18 of this video, guys. So, hope you don't. Please don't dislike it whatever you do, guys. And please leave this a big backflaps from something there, guys. So I've been talking a lot about information about this track that hosted Formula 1 once back in 2020. Nearly 2 years ago, then back in September, for the Tuscan Grand Prix. Like that big crash we had. That I just saw, guys, during the 2020 Tuscan Grand Prix. So yeah, I saw that though, indeed. So we go through the right time, we go through that indeed. Through the chicane we go through indeed. And we're calling it one of the slowest car, one of the bikes. And who is that up ahead? That is actually Migno that is ahead of us. So it's causing a blue flag. It's a track, we've got some bit of traffic we've got there ahead of us, yeah. We're just going past the last corner. We're going back down for that last sector of the circuit there. We're going to go quickest there for this practice setup. We're head towards the line now, and we do not. I think we lost a bit of ground there. We lost a bit of time there throughout that far part of that lap there. We stayed in second place there. Means that was a very good run after France last time out. Gosh, that was a very good one. That was indeed then. Woo! That was aggressive. That is then, guys. See the Bristol signs in the labels, black and white. They have on this logo symptoms they have, but yeah, but not in MotoGP anymore. The fight is now too old for Bristol to use now in any other motorsport class category except for GT car series. Except that will be. So I have to do with. Unfortunately, I have to do with. Unfortunately, I have to do with the GT cars. Unfortunately, guys. So unfortunately, yeah, disappointing for that. We're not seeing any much. We've seen Bridgestone's tires. Like we see Dunlop tires. We've seen a lot. Dunlop tires in NASCAR, Formula E, Michelin tires. Many more for that throughout this as well, indeed. So yeah. Okay, so we go through into the chicanes, and we're looking good so far for this process so far. We're going to head back to the pits then, guys, and see out the rest of the set, and we'll see in the end of this process of the Italian Grand Prix and see who's going to come out first. We'll be Danny Kent, who will be gone out quickest, will be the right out quickest, ahead of me, and then will be Miguel Olivier and Fabio Quartararo and Isaac Nice making up the top 5 for this project here in Italy at the Mugello circuit in Tuscan hills in Italy for the Italian Grand Prix. We're going to head back to the pits then, guys, and see how we did well on that, and see the session information results, and see the session results standing so far in the information worksheet that we're going to see right now, indeed. So we're going to go into we're going to head to the session page and see who has gone out quickest so far. And we'll be Dave Kent. Will be probably will be quickest by the end of the session. So we're back at the pit box there, guys, and we're only got about 4 minutes of this session left to go, and we're going to wrap it up for today. So that was a very good one there. Even though if we had that penalty, we've gone out quickest then. But the latter was that we just had was quickest, but unfortunately with that penalty we just had was 123 minutes we just received, and we got that with chicken, and we got a warning for that. Then for that penalty, for that the exclamation mark on our name on the board down on our license, on our name there, on our information on our to ours means we got a warning for that legal a color cutting on of the track at the chicanes in the 5 part of the sector of the track that we just did. Yeah, it was the trickiest left right chicane that was just before the 5 corner. The left handers just on the top there, guys. Yeah, just on the top. So yeah, just barely right, right about there, not there, there. You see when my picture's pointing like, guys, that's the one that I cut the corner there. So yeah, that's where I cut the corner simply as that there. So yeah, that's where I cut the corner. First and that I mean, and that's why I got that's why I got one for that then though indeed. Well, take a look at the rest of the weekend. It will be sunny and will be very clear after it was rain last time out in France. By the way, we've decided to come into a close. Let's get to the end of this of the predecessor of the MotoGP Italian Grand Prix and see who's gone out fastest and see who's gone quickest at the top of the timing seats in this predecessor in Italy. So we'll see. We're gonna we're gonna skip to the end of the predecessor, guys, and see who's gone quickest. So we're gonna skip to the end of the predecessor right now.
Now that the free practice is over, let's have a look at the first lap times of the weekend.
And here it is. Voila! It was a bit blurry. That the camera's a bit, but the screen, yeah, the screen was a bit blurry there because I had to zoom it out there, guys. And there you go. Voila! Here's the practice results there, guys. Here are the practice results for that Moto3 session there, and we can see it's Daiko who's going quickest for that practice session in Italy. Here at the Mugello circuit had the May by just 14,000 by 1,400 down of a second that was, but just only just 400ths that was. Yeah, so I was only just 400 tenths, yeah, 0.040. So I was only 400 tenths off from. That was very close. I was indeed. So I was only 400 off from Dave Kent's quickest lap times of the of the day in practice. So my lap time was a 2-minute 2.735. So and Kent laptop quickest lap time was a 2-minute 2.695. So let's take a look at the rest of the shows. Make a little bit almost 200 attempts off from Danny Kent's quickest time. Then it's Fabio Quartararo 4th, Isaac Fernandez is 5th, Jorge Navio 6th, Nicolo Antonetti is a pretty good lap time there for the Italian, the most of the best of the number 23 Italian there. Then we got Enfila Vasquez in 8th, Kari Hankia in 9th, and Enya Bastianini rounding up the top 10 for Honda. So Kari Hankia, 9th place there from Czech Republic. Good work for good predecessor for him. Then since Bed's getting into the top 10, gone 9th quickest in that predecessor in Italy for in that Italian Grand Prix predecessor that is then in the Gran Premio d'Italia in Italy. Let's quote in Italian. But what a credible, yeah, guys, what a credible predecessor that is for us then, guys. Well, then, that has been very credible, very credible. That was a good, credible predecessor that was indeed here at the Mugello circuit in Italy at the track side length then. So it was a remarkable qualifier set that. I mean not qualifier set, remarkable predecessor that is such qualifiers for us qualify was something this to they can indeed then. That's a remarkable qualifier. I mean practice hasn't got that was they got that indeed guys. But wonder what will happen qualify next time out then guys. So would I get published or will we be challenging for that all important to get our second pole of our career guys? Yeah. Yeah, in a MotoGP career. So are we challenging? So are we challenging to get our second pole of our MotoGP career? So we had that last one. So we got the pole position, the first one in France. Well, we're about to find out next time out then, guys, in the next video. But guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks for all the support, and sorry about talking too much about to you guys about throughout this whole video. And then, guys, over an hour or two, then, guys. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, guys. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it for you if you like watching this video of this, guys. But guys, hope you did leave it a comment. Please subscribe to the channel for more of this, guys, and give this a big fat thumbs up if you like this or trying to know. But apart from that, guys, that is it for now then, guys. But until next time, guys, we'll see you next time then, guys. But guys, until next time then, guys, we'll see you then. But guys, thanks for both for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!